Hello, this is Sinister Camping here with a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over today's Rockstar Newswire, preload Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. And yeah, highlights include details on the new GTA Online Career Builder. Some of the stuff they actually did not previously go over with that, so there is some new details on all of that. But yeah. Starting with this paragraph here, the preloading and like the prices and stuff like that, for some reason they don't really seem to mention that whatsoever in the newswire itself. But if you go on the PlayStation 5, obviously they already confirmed, but Grand Theft Auto Online is free for the first 3 months. So technically that started today, March 8th, and that goes until like June 14th, June 15th. So you kind of have like 3 months in a week, which is kind of nice. So you do kind of have that like extra week. And then if you want to get it on the Xbox Series X or S, it is $10, I believe, because I believe it is normally $20. Because I believe it's on a 50% discount for both Grand Theft Auto Online and Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox Series. And then, yeah. For those who do not know, once you claim it within the first like 3 months, you basically get to keep it. All you basically have to do is like upkeep your like PlayStation Plus, for example, for PlayStation 5. And yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 is $20, I'm pretty sure, on the Xbox Series. And then on PlayStation 5, since it is a 75% off discount, it is actually $10, which is nice. Because I think like the usual paid upgrades on the PlayStation 5 are $10, so it kind of makes it the price of like a usual upgrade, which is kind of nice. So if you want the story mode, definitely get it within the first 3 months for PlayStation 5 at least, because $10 is kind of like a regular kind of standard upgrade price for any like paid upgrades, I would assume. And then yeah. If I didn't say it's like $20 for the Series systems, but yeah, basically 50% off for both of these for the Xbox Series, and then 75% off for the story mode here for PlayStation 5. And if I didn't mention, there's only like 2 or like 3 like paragraphs that are really all not worth talking about, so it should be a shorter video thing and whatnot. But yeah, this one here just talks about stuff that has already been known, like the 60 FPS and stuff like that. And then, yeah, this paragraph here has some new stuff. You can transfer story mode progress from PS4 or Xbox One now by uploading save data to Social Club. You do that for like game and like upload like game save and stuff like that from like the pause menu in the story mode, basically. Little asterisk here, by the way, I believe kind of like makes the claim about how you can't like transfer over like shark card money from like the PS4 to like Xbox Series or like Xbox One over to PS5. So when it comes to shark card money, again, you can only do that within like the same family of systems. And yeah, those eager to continue the journey on the latest generation systems will get a fully converted Karin S95, souped up by the expert at Howl Special Works. So that is actually this vehicle from the previous newswire that actually has the like European license plate, which is actually super cool. So it seems you actually get one complimentary that's already like fully converted. And I'm assuming since it says converted, that's kind of like the Arena War and like Benny's vehicles before they like Los Santos car meet, which is pretty cool to be able to do those like cool like engine upgrades and stuff like that. I think they said like 5 of them would be like new vehicles for Grand Theft Auto 5 and online, and then like the other 5 would be like returning ones, for example. So it seems it's kind of going to be like an upgrade system, it sounds like, similar to like the Benny's vehicles and like the Arena vehicles, if I were going to take a guess. But you basically get a fully converted one for free, it seems, as a returning player, by obviously transferring your character over to the 9th generation systems. And then, yeah, you get House Special Work Racing Outfit, it seems, as well, and then a set of new Chameleon paints usable in all vehicles. And yeah, it says a set of new ones, so I assume there's ones that everybody can use, but there seems like there might be a batch that would be exclusive to returning players from the 8th generation to the 9th generation systems. But yeah, definitely quite nice with free vehicle thing, it seems. But yeah, this basically just talks about stuff from before, same with this. The image seems to be pretty new though. Like, obviously these might be like a compilation of like old images and stuff though, I don't know, maybe these are like the characters that might introduce you to like the different businesses, depending on like which business you choose for like the career thing and whatnot. That could definitely be pretty cool. That's gotta be like the executive one, that's gotta be Gunrunner, I believe, nightclub, and then the biker one here. But yeah, this also, I believe, is just stuff that they've already mentioned here. Another image here. I believe this is actually the same image you see on like the standalone like version of Grand Theft Auto Online on the PlayStation 5, at least I know for a fact. Probably the series systems as well. I assume you see this one on the standalone version of Grand Theft Auto Online. And yeah, by the way, for the file size, I didn't mention the file size yet, but I believe it's like a 86.7 like gigabyte at least on the PlayStation 5 for the standalone of Online. And yeah, I'm not sure whatsoever if it's like you have to like download the like full game, the story mode and the online, even if you get the standalone online. Because at least that used to be a thing with Red Dead Online. If you just got the standalone online, you would have to actually download the whole entire game, because they would actually give you the like opportunity to be able to purchase the story mode for like particular price. But yeah, my opinion on the series systems, do not get the standalone Grand Theft Auto Online, just get the Grand Theft Auto 5, I would say, unless you want it like cheaper and you don't really think there's going to be anything all that significant for it. Me personally, I kind of am holding off on getting Grand Theft Auto 5. I know it's like only $10, like I mentioned, for like the first 3 months since I am a PS5 owner and whatnot, but I really want to see if they're even going to do much of anything new, aside from obviously like the adaptive triggers and like haptic feedback and all that stuff. So I'm hoping they do at least something kind of cool with the story mode. I don't know. Sounds like it's kind of less effort in this one than it was for like the jump from 7th generation to 8th generation, at least for the story mode side of things. But yeah, if anyone knows if like the like size for Grand Theft Auto 5 is the same as the online, that would be very nice to know. But yeah, here's the like last new part basically of the whole entire newswire here. After selecting a career, use your newfound 4 million windfall to acquire startup essentials across a wide range of properties, vehicles, and weapons. Select from basics, non-upgraded business property, alongside simple weapon and vehicle combination, where you can opt for business properties complete with upgrades and customizations, high-end vehicles, and enough weapons to fill a gun locker. It all depends on how you want to spend your dispensation, and you can bring a maximum of GTA 1 million from this with you into GTA Online. So that all is definitely pretty interesting. Some huge new details about the career builder, like new like tutorial kind of thing they're mentioning here. But yeah, you can choose from the basics and non-upgrade business properties. So you can choose to leave the property like standard as is. Now I do wonder if you're going to be forced with like the cheapest locations, or if you can actually like choose your different locations. I assume you can choose like different locations if you're willing to spend more of that, like 3 to 4 million. And yes, simple weapon, I would imagine like one weapon and then vehicle. That would probably be like more of a lower end vehicle, I would assume. And then you can also go for the business properties. You can even go for the business properties with the full upgrades and customization, so I assume like the staff and equipment, and any other sort of like upgrades as well. I imagine like the accommodations. So at minimum, I would probably recommend the accommodations so you can like spawn at your like business and whatnot. Maybe like staff and equipment, I would say definitely for sure would be like the minimum worthwhile upgrades, I would say. Obviously, you wouldn't really want to necessarily go for like all the cosmetic ones and whatnot. And yeah, customizations. High-end vehicles, I'm not really going to assume like what would necessarily classify as a like high-end vehicle and whatnot. I assume that would be in like a low like 1 million range at least or something. Then when it comes to Los Santos Customs being too hot to modify, that's like anything 100,000 and up really, if I recall correctly there. And yeah, enough weapons that fill up gun locker. You could even get enough weapons for the gun locker. So those are like the pretty particular categories that you have to spend at least like the 3 million on. Obviously 1 million of it is basically like 25% of the 4 million though. It seems you can use for whatever you basically want. So obviously you could save this like 1 million for like a Kosako like submarine if you want to go and prepare for like the Cayo Perico heist, which in my opinion is definitely the best money making method in the game. But yeah. For some weapon recommendations I would recommend for filling up like a gun locker basically. An AP pistol is pretty nice for like a drive-by like pistol I would say, or obviously something like the heavy revolver perhaps. And yeah, for SMG I would say maybe like a micro SMG for drive-by capabilities, or like a compact like PDW if that's an option that has like an integrated like suppressor in it, which is pretty nice. For like assault rifle, I'd probably recommend like the advanced rifle or something like that. Military or like heavy rifle if those are options even. For like a sniper rifle, I'd probably recommend like the regular sniper or like the marksman rifle, because marksman rifle you can convert to like a Mark II and then you can get like holographic sight. Melee weapon, there's not really much of a recommendation I would have for those. I know there's a stone hatchet, but that's technically a weapon you have to like unlock, so I doubt that would be a possibility to choose. And yeah, shotgun, I would definitely recommend like an assault shotgun. That's very useful for those interiors for certain missions and whatnot. And yeah, heavy weapon, I don't necessarily really have much of a recommendation for that, but like RPG or like minigun or something if possible. And yeah, obviously there's like all kinds of like throwables and whatnot. That's kind of weapon side of things essentially. And yeah, like I said, the million definitely worth saving for that like Osaka submarine for the Cayo Perico heist. And yeah, personally knowing those details now, I would still say kind of the executive in my opinion would be best. Some people might think the Gunrunner is the best. I would say that's definitely one of the couple best ones because you can like buy the supplies and get some pretty alright amount of money. But personally, I would choose the executive so you can do like the VIP like CEO like work and whatever. And that pays you like 20 to like 30,000 per like few minutes or something. Whereas like the supplies, even with like staff and equipment, you gotta wait like 2 to 3 hours to sell, and like in normal money I think you make like only a couple 100,000 or something, minus like the 75,000 you would have to pay and whatnot for like the supplies. Honestly, I mentioned nightclub before, but I only have to like buy a whole ton of businesses and whatnot to even make it all that profitable. And I would assume like the biker businesses and stuff wouldn't technically count as upgrades for the nightclub, so I would assume the career builder wouldn't really let you get like the like necessary like biker businesses and stuff like that with the nightclub as the choice. I would probably go more into biker. And with biker, all those like biker businesses, the sale missions are really trash on those biker businesses. They can give like free post-op vans and stuff, like no matter your like amount of supplies and stuff. So in my opinion, I would still say executive would probably be the best choice, with Gunrunner probably being a good like second choice. I would only kind of go nightclub owner or whatever if you have like the criminal enterprise starter pack like I've mentioned previously. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's basically it here, y'all. This was basically stuff already mentioned in previous news wires. But yeah, that is finally going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.